What's good, y'all young boys? Dallas Gamer back in the building. You already know what it is. And let's preface this video by first saying that until Kwite comes out with his own side version of the story, these are all accusations, allegations at this time. Okay, nothing is concrete in my eyes, at least. Now, to you, it might be different, but for me, I'm waiting for him to come out with his side of the story first. Okay, I'll make sure to link the tweet longer in the description down below if you want to read it for yourself. But I have the tweet out on the screen so we can read it all together. You know what I'm saying? So, TLDR, if you don't want to see most of this video, right? Kwite has some R-word accusations against him, and we are just going to read the tweet longer that levies these accusations towards him. All right, we'll read it all together. Let's go. Hello. I've never felt that I could come out about this, and I've struggled with this for years before writing this, and I doubt it'll be anything close of years after I write this that this will ever be released. But in the case that you are reading this, I've come out and laid what has happened to me. I was R-worded by a man known as YouTuber Kwite in February of 2018, and I've been in an extremely toxic friendship, quote unquote, on and off relationship with him since 2017. To start, in the beginning, I found Kwite's channel when it had less than 500 subscribers, and as a teenager wanted to make art for him because he didn't use his face in his videos. I thought he would have an easier time if I drew him and recommended he wore sunglasses and a face mask instead, and manually keying his face out with a black box. And there I essentially came up with a persona for him and drew various talk sprites for him for free that he only ever used maybe once. We were around the same age and slowly began talking to bond over sharing mental health issues. At this time, I was undiagnosed with autism and borderline personality disorder, which I have diagnosed of now, and thus unaware of how these would affect me in the coming relationship we had and how he would, most likely without knowing, take advantage of me. At first, we were extremely close in ways that helped the both of us. He shared bits of his past and shared mine. However, slowly my status as an artist will land me in more YouTuber circles than his would, and will slowly try to encourage me to let him join said space. As a friend, I of course wanted to include him in as many as I could, but I did, and he made various connections outside of me, and thus the relationship grew transactional. Skipping down. Eventually, we met in real life a few times. I had transferred parents, so I told him my dead name to use only when my parents were talking to him. But after knowing this information, he would use it as a way to belittle me. The first meeting was fine. He had a rule that I wasn't allowed to take any pictures of him, but he was allowed to take pictures of me. After promising and begging to take a few pictures that wouldn't, and still haven't, been posting for memories, he would let me take a few before he left. And the second meeting, however, was different. We had planned to meet up while he was on a vacation in my city, and thus I would pick him up in my car. We would go to both a trampoline park and see Black Panther. This is where the worst of his behavior occurred. At this time, we were both on and off flirting and had discussed that if we were both single at the time, we would take each other's virginity. However, when he had come onto me in the backseat of my car, I started to get cold feet. He, however, did not want to take no for an answer. In the backseat of my own car, he R-worded me. All the while I was telling him how it hurt and how I didn't want to do this anymore, he kept telling me, "This is what you wanted," as he went on, but soon got bored of it and got out. I sat in the car by myself for a bit before going and enjoying the movies we had planned to see together, and to make up, quote unquote, he had me buy him popcorn. I put the event out of my mind as just two virgins being bad at sex and hung out with him for the rest of the day. He was still one of my closest friends. I had video of him to prove that we were together at the time, and I was able to post only myself after begging him to take pictures with me because we were friends. A few months later, once he gained quite a few more subscribers and larger YouTube friends than did, he started ghosting me more and more often. Although I was having BPD episode, it got to the point where he called me to cut me off. And in our fight, he called me a quote unquote dyke who thinks she's a boy and never will be. This extremely hurt me and caused me to spiral more. I almost needed it to be institutionalized, but thankfully for my social support system, I wasn't. Months passed, and when I tried to come out about the emotional abuse I suffered, I received harassment from his fans, I received calls to my house to tell me to off myself, furthering my poor mental health. Eventually, however, it subsided, and through a turn of events, I was able to set up a call to quote unquote reconcile with him. In this call, he tried to gaslight me further, claiming that I led him on, or worse, assaulted him instead, in front of a mediator who thankfully knew better to believe him. Is that not crazy though? He claimed that this person assaulted him. That's crazy. Okay. In this call, he screamed at me, threw things, broke things, and continued to try to gaslight me. However, thanks to Danny Lord Bung, he calmed down and apologized for some of his behavior. However, I don't believe he was sincere. I truly am sorry that I stayed silent on this issue for years, but I cannot keep silent. I have been scared for myself and how the public will treat me, but I am too scared that I am not the only victim to keep silent anymore. Anyone who also have been victimized is more than encouraged to DM me. I hope that you are doing okay. I know that many of you will not believe me. I don't care anymore. For those who do, thank you for your ear, and I hope that you stay safe. At the bottom, she does a little TLDR. I was R-worded by Kwite, emotionally abused, their name, called slurs, and gaslit in silence for 6 years. Those are currently the accusations levied towards Kwite. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I will not take anything at face value, right? And until he comes out with his side of the story, which I have no idea if he will, but at this time, I'm going to assume that he will. Okay. I want to preface this by, for the person who had the courage to even write this. Victims have it hard nowadays because there are a lot of people who do, in fact, throw false allegations out at people, and people like myself am not ready to just believe anything, you know what I'm saying, when this is first out there. So I got mad respect for this person. I don't know if this person is a she or he. I don't really. I'm not like in those Twitter circles or whatever. But yeah, whoever they are, I'm proud of you for even, coming out with this, and you're a strong person, stronger than most people in this world. So thank you for, come out with your with your story, as for Kwite, as of Thursday the 23rd, I'm recording this on Friday, the day after, he apparently deleted his Discord account, and whatever that means for the story here, that the implications are there, right? There was a YouTuber who recently had serious allegations thrown at him, and he made a little video, and then sometime later, not too long after, he ended up deleting his YouTube channel. I will not publicize this person. He doesn't deserve that. But for those who understand and know who I'm talking about, I'm seeing the similarities here, right? And it's scary, right? Because I was a person who consumed a lot of Kwite's content, and I can say that I enjoyed the videos I've seen, you know what I'm saying? And for this to even, come out, and for him to respond the way he did, it's scary, on this channel, if you ever see one of my other videos, I was a big EDP fan before his whole situation went down. It's getting to a point where I don't even want to be on YouTube anymore, right? Because you never know who's behind this content, right? And the parting message I want to leave with you today is separate the creator from their content. All right. Like I said, I don't know Kwite's story, but from his actions, it's not looking good for him. All right. That's all I have to say on the matter.